So good afternoon, and today's demo class. Okay, so from these two classes, today and tomorrow. So from these two classes, you'll be getting what is Oracle, why Oracle. So who should learn Oracle? You'll be learning these three. What is Oracle is, why Oracle, and who should learn Oracle. Okay, then. So this is the focus of these first two classes. Now, in this course, Oracle 19C. Okay, so this is version. In this course, mainly you'll be learning two languages. So this course covers two languages. One is SQL, another one PLSQL. Okay, learning Oracle means learning these two languages. So if you complete these two languages, your course is completed. Okay, so if you complete these two languages, your course is completed. So learning Oracle means learning these two languages, SQL and PL/SQL, SQL and PLSQL. Okay, then. But before going to this course, and again, you should know some database fundamentals. Okay, before going to the actual course, you need some database fundamentals. Like before going to the Java, you need some OOPS concept. Similarly, before going to the actual course, you need some database fundamentals. Like what is database? Okay, what is database? What is DBMS? Next, and what is, okay, what are the different types of DBMS? Next one. So, and what is RDBMS? And what is ORDBMS? Next, and about what normalization and ER model. That's all. You need these concepts. Okay, then. So before going to the actual course, you need this. So we'll discuss this next. The CR model and normalization comes later. This is not the time to discuss about this CR model. Okay, we'll be seeing this later. Then, now, so after completing this part, then next we'll start what? Oracle. I'll give the introduction to Oracle. After that, we'll start SQL. Next, PLSQL. Okay, then. But actually, see, for Oracle developers, like you complete Oracle and you want to attend Oracle interviews. Okay, after completing this course, if you want to attend Oracle interviews, actually, see, you are already what fixed. Okay, you want to develop your career in Java, not in Oracle. Yes or no? But as a part of your Java course, you also need Oracle. That's why you are attending this course. Yes or no? So you don't need in-depth of Oracle. Like if you want to develop your career in Oracle, you need in-depth of Oracle. But you want to develop the career in what? Java. You already fixed it. So then what you need, you learn only the things that you need for your Java. Okay, unnecessarily learning all the topics is waste of your efforts. Okay, it's not useful to you. So whatever is useful to you, whatever is required for Java developer, learn that. Okay, like actually what Java developers requires, then a Java developer requires some SQL commands. He needs SQL commands like what? Okay, then so DDL commands. Next, he needs DC DML commands. Next, you need DQL commands, and you need like okay, you need DDL commands. You should learn DDL commands. What is DDL? What is DML? You'll be learning. Just listen. You need DDL commands, DML, DQL commands. Next, after that, you should learn. So writing queries using various classes like where class, next one order by, etc. Next, you should learn writing queries using group by. Next, you should learn writing queries using joins. Next, you should learn writing queries using subqueries. Okay, then you should learn next database what transactions. You should learn database transactions, and you should learn. So you should learn about views and indexes. Okay, use indexes, and you should learn about sequences also. Okay, then this is SQL part. So I said two languages now, SQL and PLSQL. In SQL, you need these topics. You should learn about commands, and you should learn about writing the queries using various classes, using classes like group by, using joins, and using subqueries, and database transactions, views, indexes, and sequences. Next one, and PLSQL. So when it comes to PLSQL, in PLSQL, you should learn about what writing basic PLSQL programming, writing programs, PLSQL programs, okay, writing simple PLSQL programs. Next one, writing programs using cursors, and writing programs using okay procedures, stored procedures, and writing programs using functions, and writing programs using triggers. That's all. So in PLSQL part, you need this. In SQL part, you need this. In PLSQL part, you need this. So this is what a Java developer requires. If you attend Java interviews, so like you can also get questions from Oracle also. Not only they'll ask Java questions, they'll ask Oracle questions also. And the questions are asked from only these topics, nothing more than this. So they don't go out of the syllabus. Okay. Now, so then, but before going to these topics, first you should know fundamentals. What is database? What is DBMS? What is RDBMS? Like this. After completing this, then we can start this SQL. Okay. So is this okay? Is this fine? Then this is according to my like. Suppose if you want anything, like we'll discuss. If you want any extra topics, whatever you want, we'll discuss. Just I'm just giving this. Okay, because I have just I taught to number of students. Okay, so that's why I know this. That's why I'm giving this list. Okay, like what Java developers requires. Then now first we'll start with what is database. Okay, what is the definition of database? So like a database is a organized collection of what interrelated data. A database is an organized collection of interrelated data. This is the definition of database. Okay, now. So what this is? A database is a organized collection of interrelated data. Means, like suppose, for example, then any organization, you take any organization, any company. So every organization maintains what databases. So every company maintains what databases. What for companies maintain databases? Simple. Answer is simple. Companies maintain databases for storing the data. Okay, na? What for companies maintain databases? Companies maintain databases for storing the data. Yes or no? Like you take banks. So every bank maintains what? Databases. What for? Banks maintain databases for storing the customer data. So when you open account, so they have to store your details. Yes or no? When you open account, your details should be stored. So then your details are stored in some place. What that place is called? Database. Suppose Airtel maintains a database. You take a SIM card. When you take a SIM card, your details are stored in one place. What that place is called? Database. Okay. So every organization, Flipkart maintains a database. Amazon maintains a database. What is stored in database? So Flipkart maintains so database for storing the customer data, products data, orders, customer places orders to buy products. So all the details are stored in what? Databases. Got it or not? So organizations maintains databases for storing the data. Now, so like actually, uh, what are the different methods to store the data? Like see, you can use what? Variables. You can use variables for storing the data. You can use what? Files for storing the data. You can use what? Databases for storing the data. What are the different methods to store the data? So in programming languages, you declare the variables. In variables, you can store the data. So you create files. In files also, we can store the data. Databases, we can store the data. What are the difference? Variables. So whatever the data stored in variables, the data is not permanent. So once program execution is completed, the data stored in variables is gone. So not permanent. Okay, na? Not permanent. But data stored in variables is not permanent and not secure. It's not permanent and not secure. Okay. But data stored in files is what? Permanent and not secure. So the data stored in files is permanent. Permanently it is stored. But okay, but it is not secure. But database is permanent and also what? Secure. So that's all. So variables not permanent, not secure. Files permanent and not secure. But databases permanent and also secure. So you want permanent storage and you want security for your data, then compulsory you have to go for databases like bank. So bank stores customer data. Not only storing the data is important for bank, they need to provide the security to the customer data. Okay. So otherwise, then it will be a big problem for banks. So that is the reason. So they go for what? Databases. They use databases. Okay. So you can store data in variables. You can store data in files. You can store data in databases. So variables not permanent, not secured. Files permanent and not secured, but database permanent and secure. I think you understood this. Now, so like your mobile phone, like you can say your mobile phone also comes with what? Internal storage. What is stored in that? So contacts are stored in that. Okay. So you store contacts, you store images, you store movies. Okay, na? You store videos, you store audios, you store pictures, images. So all that stored in your memory, internal storage. Okay, that. So now next, a database is a organized collection of interrelated data. What this interrelated means? Interrelated means, like for example, so if you take bank database, a bank database stores data related to bank customers, transactions, like that. So a bank database stores data related to bank customers, bank transactions, bank employees data. If you take university database, a university database stores data related to students, colleges, courses, and faculty. Okay. A university database stores data related to students, colleges, courses, and faculty. A bank database stores data related to bank customers, bank transactions, bank employees data. So that is what interrelated means that. So a bank database doesn't store data related to university. A university database doesn't store data related to bank customers. So every data stored in database is what? Interrelated. So data stored in database must be interrelated. For example, a university database stores data related to what? A university database stores data related to, okay, students, next courses, next faculty, etc. Okay, then now so this is what database is. Now, so suppose here, like this is a database, then now, but here, like in my system, okay, this database is uh, permanent storage or temporary storage. So it is a permanent storage. Okay, na? Database is not temporary storage. Database is what? Permanent storage. So what is the permanent storage in your system? So in my system, what the permanent storage is? Okay, hard disk. Hard disk is permanent storage. So database is also permanent. That means where database is created in hard disk. Okay, na? Where database is created in what? Hard disk. Okay, na? So where database resides in hard disk. Okay, then so then what is the difference here? uh, Database memory, hard disk memory, because database is also created in hard disk. Then what is the difference? See, hard disk is public memory, database is private memory. So suppose here my hard disk capacity is 100 GB. In that, I'll take 20 GB. I create database. Okay, na? My actual capacity is 100 GB. In that, I'll take 20 GB. I create database. So the remaining 80 GB is public memory, but this 20 GB is what? Private memory. So database is not public memory, database is private memory, and the hard disk is public memory. So once you log on to Windows operating system, so everyone can access hard disk. You can open C drive, D drive, E drive, like that. But once you log on to Windows operating system, you cannot access what? Database. So if you want to access database, then you need to provide your login and password. See, for example, I want to access Oracle database. In my system, Oracle database is there. I want to access Oracle database. To access Oracle database, what it is asking? It is asking the username and password. So without providing the user ID and password, you cannot access what? Database. Understood or not? So then hard disk is public memory, but database is private memory. Not everyone can access what? Database. Only authorized people can access database. If you got login and password, then you can access. That means database data is what? Secure. Okay. Then now, so next, and here earlier in some years back, okay, some 20 years back, so companies maintain only one database. Okay, na? Companies maintain only one database. But nowadays, so every company maintains what? Two databases. Okay. So, but some years back, companies maintain only one database. But nowadays, every company maintains what? Two databases. Then, so next, you can say, so databases are two types. One is what? OLTP database, another one OLAP. So there are two types of databases. But like basic point is, if something is called database, means it is for storage, for storing the data. Whether it is OLTP or OLAP, that is secondary. But primary part is what? The primary thing is for storing the data. Okay, databases are used for storing the data. Your data can be stored securely. Okay, then so there are two types of databases. One database is OLTP database. Another database is OLAP database. OLTP or OLAP. What is OLTP stands for? OLTP stands for online transaction processing. What is OLAP stands for? Online analytical processing. One is online transaction processing, another one online analytical processing. Okay, transaction processing and analytical processing. So this OLAP database is also called data warehouse. This is also called data warehouse. Then, so now question is, why companies maintains two databases? Why not one? Okay, na? One is enough, no? One database is enough, because the purpose is storing the data. For storing the data, one database is enough. Why companies maintains two separate databases? Okay, because the first one is for storing day-to-day transactions, and the second one is for analysis. Companies use this OLTP for storing day-to-day transactions. Like you take bank. Bank maintains OLTP. What is stored in bank? OLTP, day-to-day transactions. What are the day-to-day transactions in bank? Customers opens accounts, customers do money withdrawal, customer do money deposit, customers do money transfer. So when your customer do this money withdrawal, money deposit, money transfer, where all the details are stored, all the details are stored in OLTP. Okay, na? So every transaction is recorded in what? OLTP database. Okay, that. So like you take suppose telecom, Airtel. Airtel maintains a OLTP database. What is stored in Airtel OLTP database? So day-to-day transactions. What are the day-to-day transactions in telecom? Customers take SIM card, customers do phone calls, customers will make phone calls, and customers do recharge. So when customer makes a phone call, the details are stored in what? OLTP. Okay. So the primary purpose of OLTP is for storing day-to-day transactions. Okay, now the day-to-day transactions in bank, the day-to-day transactions in telecom, the day-to-day transactions, whatever the day-to-day transactions, all the day-to-day transactions are recorded in OLTP database. Got it? Now, so then, so you go to bank and you ask, sir, what is my balance? So then they'll get the balance. They get the balance from where? OLTP database. They get it from OLTP database. Okay, then. So like suppose here, all your cell phone calls, okay, na? Your outgoing, incoming calls are recorded in what? OLTP database, Airtel. Suppose police department wants what? Call data. Then they contact what? Airtel. And Airtel get the call data and give it to the police department. But how from where they get the call details? So they get it from OLTP, because all the calls are recorded in what? OLTP. Okay, that. So now next, what for OLAP? OLAP is for analysis. OLAP is for analysis. If they want to analyze the data, last 5 years, last 10 years data they want to analyze. Like you take Airtel, they want to analyze the sales data. So prepaid sales data, postpaid sales data, they want to analyze last 10 years, last 15 years data they want to analyze. Then they use OLAP. So OLAP is mainly used for data analysis, and OLTP is used for storing day-to-day transactions. This is used for data analysis. Okay, so if they want to analyze the data, so they use OLAP. Bank wants to analyze the data, customers data. Okay, now then. So like what? Suppose here, so a customer is asking for loan. Then, but before sanctioning the loan to the customer, so they have to analyze the customer's data. They have to analyze what? So customer what? Bank transactions since suppose 1 year, 2 year, last 2 years. So they analyze these transactions. Okay, na? So, and this is useful for data analysis. One is used for, like you can say, the first one, this is used for day-to-day business, and this is used for, sorry, this is running the business, and this is for analyzing the business. If any company wants to run the business, they use OLTP. If any company wants to analyze the business, they use OLAP. One is for running the business, another is for analyzing the business. Okay, then now, so suppose for example, like nowadays, what companies are also spending on data analysis. So data analysis is playing most important role nowadays. So that is the reason companies are spending more amount, more money on data analysis. That is the reason new technologies coming into the market. Like why Hadoop came into the market, why data science came into the market, why Python came into the market. So because these are all useful for data analysis, Python, Hadoop, Spark, Scala, etc. All these technologies are comes under OLAP. So Hadoop comes under what? Hadoop is not used for OLTP. Hadoop is used for OLAP because Hadoop is a framework. That framework is developed mainly for data analysis, not used for data day-to-day transactions. You got it or not? Okay, that. But suppose here, uh, but what is Oracle is? Oracle is OLTP na. Oracle is OLAP na. Okay, this Oracle is OLTP or OLAP. Oracle can be used for both. You can use Oracle for day-to-day transactions. You can use Oracle for analysis. Okay, na? You can use Oracle for day-to-day analysis, and you can use Oracle for day-to-day transactions. You can use it for both. So when Oracle is used for data analysis, why Hadoop came into the market, why Python data science came into the market, when we can use Oracle? Yes or no? So the reason is, see, Oracle is good for analyzing the structured data, and Oracle is not good for analyzing unstructured data. Okay, na? Oracle is good for analyzing structured data, but it's not good for analyzing unstructured data. What is structured and unstructured means? Like you take, for example, my data is there in what? Excel sheet, something like rows and columns. That is structured. So if you want to analyze the data which is in rows and columns, then you can use Oracle because that is structured data. Okay, but suppose, for example, data is in PDF, data is in MS Word document, data is in images, so data is in audio file, video file. So they are all comes under unstructured data. For analyzing this unstructured data, Oracle is not good. So you can use Hadoop, Python, etc. You can use those technologies. But if data is in structured form, Oracle is the best. If data is in unstructured form, so use Hadoop, Python, etc. If you take banking industry, in banking, what type of data is generated? In banking industry, mostly structured data is generated. Okay, na? If you take banking, insurance, etc., in all this, what type of data is generated? Structured data is generated. But if you take, for example, social media, Facebook, like WhatsApp, Facebook, okay, na, Instagram. So in this, like what type of data is generated? Unstructured data is generated. Okay, then you can use these technologies for analyzing this unstructured data. I think now you understood. You got some idea, yes or no? So then, like organizations uses OLTP database for storing day-to-day transactions, and OLAP database is for OLAP database for analysis. Next, and OLTP is used for uh, running business, and OLAP is used for analyzing business. Next, okay, then mm, ah, I'm giving now. I'm giving this now. OLTP is used for then running business, and OLAP is used for analyzing the business. Okay, then I'll type it. Everything I'll type. Next. So, like, if you take database, what are the day-to-day operations? The day-to-day operations on database includes what? The day-to-day operations on database includes C R U D, CRUD, crude operations. The day-to-day operations on database includes crude, CRUD. What is C stands for? Create. R stands for read. U stands for update. D stands for delete. Hello? And please keep your phone off. Sorry, audio and video. Stands for create, R stands for read, U stands for update, D stands for delete. So these are the day-to-day operations on any database you take. Like you take bank. So what are the day-to-day? So a bank customer opens account, that is called creating. Customer want to check the balance, that is called reading. Customer deposits some amount, that is updating. Customer wants to close the account, that is delete. Customer wants to create like open account, that is called creating. Customer want to check the balance, that is reading. Customer deposits some amount, his balance is updated. Customer wants to close account, his details are deleted. Not only bank database, any database you take. So the day-to-day operation, this four. So what operations you perform? You create the data, read the data, update the data, delete the data. Like I said, cell phone. So cell phone also comes with internal storage. So what are the day-to-day operations on that memory? So what is stored in that memory? Contacts. What are the day-to-day operations on contacts? You create a new contact, you read the phone number, you update the phone number, you delete the contact. Yes or no? You create the contact, you read the phone number, you update the contact, you delete the phone number, delete the contact. So these are the day-to-day operations on what? Database. Any database you take, whether it is bank or telecom or university, any database you take. So these are the four actions. Okay. Then so user, like user, this is say user. User performs these four operations on database. What is that for? Then create RUD, create RUD, CRUD. But can you directly perform these operations on database? Can you perform these operations directly on database? This is not possible. Okay, now you can't directly create, read, update, delete the data. You cannot go to the database and update the data. You cannot directly go to the database and delete the data. You can't do this. That means you can't directly work with what? Databases. You can't directly operate the database. Yes or no? To operate the database, you need a software. So you purchased a new laptop. The new laptop comes with what? Hard disk. Can you directly operate the hard disk? No. Before that, first you need to install what? OS, Windows. After installing OS, then you can work with what? Hard disk. Suppose you purchased a new cell phone. That cell phone also comes with some internal storage. So can you directly work with that storage? No. First, in your cell phone, some Android should be installed. Okay, now some Android should be installed in your cell phone. So that you can work with what? You can work with your internal storage. Okay. Similarly, database also, you can't directly operate what? Database. How database is operated? Database is operated using one software. Okay, na? So like a hard disk is operated through a Windows operating system. Similarly, database is operated through some software. What that software is called? That software is called DBMS. What the software is called? DBMS. So user perform these operations on database with the help of a software called DBMS. Okay. So this, what is DBMS? DBMS stands for Database Management System. User uses a DBMS software to work with what? Database. So if you want to update the data, you give request to DBMS. DBMS will go to the database and update the data. So if you want to delete the data, you give request to DBMS. DBMS go to the database and delete the data. So any operation you want to perform on database, give request to DBMS, and DBMS will go to the database and do the operation. So DBMS acts as what? Interface between user and what's that? Database. Okay. So a DBMS acts as interface between user and database. Then next. So then users cannot directly operate what? Databases. Users cannot directly operate databases, and databases are operated. Databases are operated through called DBMS. Now let's see DBMS. So DBMS stands for Database Management System. So what is the definition of DBMS? Okay, so DBMS is a software used to what? Okay, then use it to create, read, update, delete the data on what? Database. Software used to create, read, update, delete data in database. If you want to create the data, if you want to read the data, if you want to update the data, if you want to delete the data in database, then we use a software called DBMS. With the help of DBMS software, users can perform CRUD operations. Okay. Next, like you can say, DBMS is a software. Once again, not copying it in chat box. You are all NACER students now. Okay, you're all belongs to the NACER. So like I'll send this file to your mentor, so he will send it to you. Understood? Fine. Okay. So I'll send it to your mentor, so he will send to your email IDs. Every day or every 2 days. Okay, I'll send it to your mentor. No need to write this. Just you focus on like listening. No need to write this. Just you listen